Okay, so we are headed up to the northeast corner to go do one of the DLCs. And we'll get there someday. Or another stuff.
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness.
Ugh.
There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down.
But I don't want to.
A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
Yay.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodika. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodika. Wodika screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
Shut up. I'll just wait until you're done. That doesn't sound like the neutral queen out of the gods I know. Part of the pat the cover of Wodika's burned book and signal that you'll talk later. This could be destroying the wheel right now, and you're arguing? What's going on here? And you're arguing.
You would dare interrupt me?
Wodika extends a hand, looking for a moment like she intends to swat you from the platform. But the pallid knight gives her a long, impassive look, and at last, she jerks her hand away. The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
When are you ever?
The Watchers returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
Progress? You planning something new? Roll your eyes. That's obvious. That one. Clever. Progress. Are you planning something new?
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Mogren glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched, and absorb our scattered children.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
Didn't Mogren mention this once before?
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of steam rises from her nose. The pallid knight looks on, impassive.
Should we be killed in our god forms, we can possess you, our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb your souls, granting us additional strength.
Isn't that fun? What? You mean Pelagina, Takeo, and me.
You, Helia's wayward daughter, Ondra's precious son, and thousands of others. Yes, you would all die.
The pallid knight speaks with the chilly temperance possessed only by the god of death.
But the time for that plan has long passed us by.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary mystery?
Mogren elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Aethys will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed now? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Yeah, you could use a channel. Another? Aren't you bored yet? Right, because I haven't had one of those lately. What do you mean?
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join WoW's floating eye. They hover just out of Mogren's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
This Guardian is but one more thing that will fall before me. Guardian of the Kaizo.
A creature crafted by the Ingwithans to protect the machinery of reincarnation. It doesn't care much for visitors.
Will you divulge our every secret to the Kith, Mogren?
Mogren shrugs.
If it suits me.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
Aethys take care of it. Why can't you just, get rid of it? So I have to fight the Guardian of Kaizo. Any suggestions?
Where's the challenge in that?
Mogren's black teeth shine.
You met my challenge at the Searing Falls without hesitation, after all. And when Firga faltered, you restored her faith in me.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand?
Uh-oh.
What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
It's a long time coming. Kith will finally know what a bunch of frauds you all are. With the gods' guidance, we might survive with what Aethys plans. We can no longer count on the gods for guidance. Kith will have to figure this out on her own. This doesn't feel like the act of a caring god to me. Aethys is going to destroy everything. I still don't understand what this all means. What will happen when he destroys the wheel? So this is the part. Hey, Twitchin, welcome back. So the whole thing is the wheel, right? So if I understand it correctly, if Aethys destroys the wheel, that means reincarnation goes out the window. And that means when you die, your soul goes into the in-between and stays there forever, never to come back, right? And then somebody mentioned that will dry up all the souls from Aeon, or whatever the name of the planet that this planet is. So there'll be nobody new, no newborns? Is that how that means? As in there's no new souls being created at all? Even now? It's just all reincarnation. There's no new souls at all. Is that the proper interpretation? So if we destroy the wheel, that means this planet will eventually dry up from all life force and everybody in the in-between, and then that's the end of the universe, basically. Or at least for the Kith. What will the gods do? Who are they going to chew on without the wheel? So is that why they're against this? Because it's going to mess up their whole plans and they're not going to have anybody to pick on anymore? I guess I should do number 6. What will happen when Evie destroys the wheel?
The Pallid Knight spreads wide her hands.
Think of the beyond as a reservoir, the in-between as storm clouds, and souls as rain. When a living thing dies, its soul enters the in-between. And when the in-between grows full, it releases souls into the beyond, where they wait to be redistributed to new bodies, new lives. The wheel is the process by which souls are moved from the in-between to the beyond, from the rain cloud to the reservoir, and from the reservoir into the living world. Without the wheel to mediate the transfer and redistribution of souls, the souls of all who die remain in the in-between. And without souls to fill it, the beyond gradually empties, trapping all of the remaining souls in existence.
Yeah, so I was
in the
right here.
in-between. When the beyond is empty and the last creature on Aora dies, that is the end of everything. It is Rimergon's future, the one he wants for us.
So I'm alright. So there's no new souls actually being created. How does that affect the gods? This is the important question.
Soul essence sustains us. We feed off it, off the little fragments you mortal kiths shed like snakeskin as you pass into your next life. Without sustenance, we starve as any mortal might. We die and leave a great silence behind, an eternal emptiness from which nothing is born.
I prefer to think of it as a very long vacation. Why do you waste time arguing then?
How can we not? We are each of us beholden to our natures. It is how we made ourselves, just as you are bound by the choices you've made.
Tell us, Watcher, where do you stand?
Well, Aethys's path basically is the end of everything, except for the in-between where the souls are going to be forever. But they can't leave, right? They're stuck there, doing whatever they do there in the in-between. So, in this universe, destroying the wheel would be a bad thing. Unless you want the end of the world. If you're on Rimmergrand's payroll or in his plan, you destroy the wheel, and the world and the universe basically ends, right? Eventually. So that's what he wants. But as far as these guys want, of course they want the wheel to keep going because that's how they get their food. So, and of course, if you are a soul and you like being alive, you probably want the wheel to continue as well. And like kind of the God's guidance, Kit will have to figure this out on their own. That's not what that is, though. It doesn't feel like the act of a caring God to me.
And so many will suffer needlessly for it.
Kith will have a few generations at most before the Beyond is vacant of souls, and adaptability is your greatest strength. Aethys believes you will succeed. An uncaring God would not have that faith.
The Pallid Knight knits her fingers together and regards you.
You would take his side? He destroys your wheel!
The Pallid Knight turns unblinking eyes on Wotica.
Put aside your childish notion of sides and open your eyes. You are made blind by your rage.
Aethys loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
You have the most powerful beings in Aeora, I'll say no. So I still don't understand Aethys's thought process here. Even if he thinks that the Kith, the people, the human, the elves, the dwarves, are going to find a solution to this when there is no solution, unless they create their own new set of gods. Is that in their short lifetimes? Is that what he's anticipating? They're going to find a new solution to dying? I don't understand how this is going to go. It's fool you all. They're the most powerful fiends on Aeora.
He found our blind spot and exploited it admirably. By the time we even had a hint of what it was he intended, it was already too late to stop him.
If we still had our bodies, we could oppose him.
Wotica balls her bony hands into fists and glares long at Andra.
Do not lay your blame on me. We set them aside after I killed Abaddon, it is true, but you did not fight the decision then.
She turns her back on Wotica then, and looks instead to the Pallid Knight.
What if Aethys is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
We'll learn and grow as Aethys intends. We make our world without you in it. Don't worry, there'll always be a place for the gods in Aeora. I don't know, but aren't you curious to find out? Say nothing. Teva suggested several times that animancy is somehow the most likely solution to the end of the wheel. But
come on, you pansy, get back in there and fight.
But the thing with the animancy, though, is because we have Widewing in our party. Hold on a second, I got to deal with Rocket real quick. Be right back. So, to tie Rocket into the story, in our household, Mrs. Gimpy is the wheel. And when she breaks or disappears, Rocket's not happy. He wants his wheel back. So anyway, that's how we suggested several times that animancy is somehow the most likely solution to the end of the wheel. But Widewind, our cipher in the group, she has broken her soul. She's basically broken her connection to the wheel. And so she's effectively in the game undead. That's how that works, right? You break your soul, take it off of the wheel, and you're effectively undead. So, because you don't die, right? However, you still have to bring in some type of soul essence, life essence, to feed on, just like the gods do. And so that's the solution, is you're going to eat all the essence that's eventually going to disappear because there's no wheel, right? Oh, Rocket found me again. Blaming me. So I don't understand how animacy is the solution. Simply because, as it's been described by Widewind, is the undead, they have to feed on something, and that's soul essence. And unless there's something producing that soul essence, which is living creatures, eventually you're going to have no more living creatures to feed on, and therefore, then what? Because once you eat the souls, they go up to, the in-between, and there's no way to get back from there unless you build a new wheel. How's that? I don't see how that's a solution to the whole situation, because you're just going to be repeating itself, the whole thing. It's just a big repeat. It's a reboot, is basically all it really is. So I don't understand where they're going with this, because it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. Animancy doesn't look like it's the solution. It's just a restart from where the gods started, right? Because they're the ones who made the wheel, because they knew they were going to eventually run out of essence to feed on, to live, right? So that's why they made the wheel in the first place. so that's not really the solution. It's just a change. It's just a reboot. So we'll learn. Doesn't really elaborate too much past that. Well, that's what I mean. It's just, if you just don't get too complicated, the wheel turns, ages pass, come and go. People are reinvented all the time. Right, and again, so it's the universe. This universe is just on a recycle. It's basically on a wheel, a bigger wheel. They just don't realize it. That's all it really is. They're just on a different wheel. A bigger wheel that they've been running on this whole time. They just haven't noticed. So, anyway, so it doesn't really matter what we choose. We'll learn and grow as Aerith intends. Aethys is a douchebag. I'll remake our world without you in it. Don't worry, there will always be a place for the gods in Eora. I don't know. Aren't you curious to find out? Yes.
Wal grins.
Always, Watcher.
And what if they fail? Then they die. And so do we. We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Worika drives her fist into her hand.
Help them? We should finally bring them to heel.
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Worika until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aethys yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aethys may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo.
Try. Make him heed my words. He's not going to listen to me. I'm just a kith. I can't defy any of his will. Say nothing. He's not going to listen to me.
Never have I known Aethys to converse with a mortal as he does with you. Your opinions must matter to him a great deal.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind.
Wait, what happens if I fail to convince Aethys of anything?
You will not fail.
Of course I will.
The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, The crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all too familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
Now what? Our little statue and
I'm
everything.
glad to see you in good health, my lord.
Who are you? How did I get a ship in the first place? What should I do next?
I think the time has come, my lord. We should sail for Ukaizo as soon as you are ready.
No, I don't think so.
A moment of your time, Watcher, if you will.
Let's dare to go. Yes.
Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold.
Oh, how did a crate get onto my ship unnoticed?
Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our goods as we took on supplies.
Kind of crate.
It is roughly a yard to a side and labeled beans. The hands who noticed it were tasked by the cook to bring up ingredients for the evening's stew.
No beans in the crate, then. A wave of affirmation rolls from the steward, the spiritual equivalent of a nod. Thank you, steward. I'll see what it is.
The hand left the crate in the hold if you wish to examine it.
Bus falls to silence. You have a hold? See, that's the crate.
On it.
The scents of food, salt, spices, and drink mix with the stale odor of old grass, the musty stink of rats, and the ever-present fragrance of the sea. The drow down rocks gently, and you hear faint whispers, likely the quiet brushing of the winds against the sails. Not far in, you find the crate in question. Its sides split by crowbars, the dry grass used as packing material spilled across the floor. Within stands an intricately crafted chest of some dark tropical wood. A paused visage peers up at you, a triumvirate of wild animal faces carved in the swirling Huana style. The front of the chest bears an iron latch affixed to a complex iron mechanism that runs to the top four corners of the chest. You see no bolts or keyholes. Let's see. Examine the latch, because... Is that my thing? Mechanics. That's probably not my thing. Failure, of course, because, needed a 5. And I'm not going to get any of this stuff. This is the intro quest to the Seeker, Slayer, Survivor, where you were headed. This is it? I'm not sure how I'm going to get this. Jody's nose winkles at the image. I reckon this might be a Huana hunting god, like Gallowing, but not exactly. Okay, open it. You turn the latch to the right, and a series of metal arms shift with it. The clasp holding the top of the chest comes free, and you easily lift the lid. Lying within, cradled by dry grass, is its fish face head, the molted flesh of its neck raggedly cut free from the rest of its body, wherever that might be. Yay? Shodi peers down on the grim cargo. I can't say I was expecting a head, not even a little. So if Shodi's standing right here, how come she couldn't tell me what the religious markings were? And I'm guessing Soul is right here too, and why can't he do the whole, mechanic side of things? How come I didn't get any bonuses for that? Want me to fetch my lantern? As you peer down at the head, you feel a strange prickling sensation along your skin. Soul energy rises from the grate, throbbing in the air in the time with the beating of your heart.
You did it wrong.
I did.
This is how you do it. Warg. Please excuse me. That was embarrassing. I meant to say. Jag.
There we go. It begins to take shape before you.
You can see me. It's really you then, the captain of the Defiance.
It's the Drow Dow, but yes.
Oh, this is fantastic. How satisfying it is to know one did not give one's life in vain. I come from the island of Kazuwari, and we need your aid.
What kind of aid do you need?
Kazuwari is an island where the most skillful hunters, the most hardened explorers, the deadliest warriors all gather to earn Tuamawai's favor. But Humaire, the island's caretaker, says the essence that sustains the island has sickened. Curdled, she called it. The animals, the trees, they all churn with anger and fear.
Ask me, what can I do about the blah? Have you blights formed? Metaphysics.
Yes! Humaire was right. She said you would understand. We need a watcher. No one else can talk to souls, Humaire said. And souls are our problem. You're a watcher, right? The watcher. The one who died and lived again. Who speaks to the gods. That's the watcher we need.
You got me. More like gets spoken at by gods. Don't believe everything you hear. Looks like spoken at.
I knew it! I knew Humaire wouldn't have lied. You will help, won't you?
I'll help if I can. What do you need me to do? Why the gods' names to what I want to help you? You mentioned blah blah blah's favor. I could use a little divine favor. Much greater concerns than your island. I'll help if I can. What do you need me to do?
Oh, that's fantastic! Thank you! Speak to Humaire at Kazuwari, Watcher. She'll be able to better explain the situation than I am.
Speak blah blah. Where is Kazuwari? Promise nothing. Where is it?
Kazuwari's a huge island west of Hasango. It's pretty hard to miss, what with the high cliffs and waterfalls. There's one thing you should know. The faces of the hunt jealously control who enters and leaves the island. But there's a waterfall on the southern side of the island that will allow you to sneak in, so long as you're circumspect. I guess you should also know.
He grimaces.
The island's residents might not take too kindly to your presence if you're found. They're, prickly bunch.
That's good to know.
But I'm sure that won't be a problem for you.
Till it is. Before you have a chance to respond to the spirit's warning, he noticed blah 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 hovering nervously behind you. Oh, Constantine. That's one of our crew people. Is this the expansion? Yeah, this is the next one of the DLCs. Did you need something?
No, you know, I just...
Clears his throat nervously.
Thing is, I might know something about that box there. A little more than something. All I'm saying is, maybe you don't want to touch it. Maybe we tie a big rock to it and throw it overboard. Right now.
Yes, throw it over. I'm going to need a bit more to go on that.
It's a box with a dead man's head in it.
Actually, there's a spirit in the head, too. Okay, just a second. Mrs. Gimpy just got home. Okay, back for now. Actually, there's a spirit in the head, too.
Great. That's great.
Seem to know a lot about this. Why is that?
Maybe we should talk about it later. You seem to have your hands full.
Hey, hello? I'm still here. Are you going to help us? We could really use the help.
I'll help however I can.
Once we've arrived, I can help you find your way into the heart of the island. You know, if you want me to, I wouldn't want to presume. In the meantime, I'll be here, well, behind you, really, with the rest of the spirits following you around.
Gain an item. Oh, good. We get to carry his head around so we can talk to him every time I want.
Wonder what Pa's up to.
Proving. Stewards inform me, blah, blah, blah. Package contains a separate head. He wishes to accompany to the island. I can approach that. Okay, so. Fine. We're a normal companion. Is not working on the ship? Is that what it looks like? That's what it looks like. There. There's this thing again. I'm not on that screen enough to know where everything is or whatever, but all the buttons are. Okay, now we get to keep going that way. It's Brookspur. Didn't he say west of Hasongo? There is no real west of Hasongo. Received an important missive from that person. Keeper, I hope you recovered from your ordeal at Magran's Teeth. Come see me at the Imperial Command in the Brass Citadel when you return to Nikotaka. Now the way to Kaizo lies open before us, but I require your help with the final matter. I don't even know who you are, really. Wind carries an unusual sound to your ears. Oh god, not again. Distant roar reaches you from across the water, raising hair on the back of your neck. God, it's time. Chitpack gapes. God's alive. Have yourself a look at that. Squinting slightly towards the sky, handsome alien smirks. Beato thrusts a finger into the air. It's a goddamn dragon. Massive winged reptile sweeps over the drow dow, throwing the deck into shadow and setting the sails up to billow and snap. Look alive or look dead, lads and lasses. Nia barks, furl the sails, ready to power for wedding. See you twitching. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. The dragon banks in the distance, cutting a line across the horizon. You can just make out the figure of a rider upon its back. Ooh, a dragon rider. Keep calm, everyone, and man your stations. Delay that order. We'll find what they need before we start scrambling to our defenses. Crew scrambles across the deck as the beast's approach slows. Dragon stops above the drow dow. The wind from its wings buffeting you as its rider peers down imperiously. She dismounts, slipping from the dragon's back and into thin air.
Watcher of Cadnua, if I might have a moment of your time.
I don't know who you are.
I am Lengraf, and unless I'm mistaken, you're the Watcher of Cadnua.
The striking godlike squares his shoulders and regards you with piercing eyes. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. The Circle hears so much about the Watcher of Cadnua, I've long wondered if you live up to the legend. I seek a truant member of the Circle of Archmagi, Maura. She sent rather cryptic word that she'd found something of cataclysmic potential in the Black Isles, something that could aid you in the fight against Aothas. You've had few dealings with the Circle of Archmagi in the past. Nonetheless, we know you pursue Aothas, and we might have a way to help.
That's great. Well, when do we start? Really should have won history. Wait, who's Mara? Why does the Circle of Magi ever solve... Why doesn't they solve the world's threatening crises?
Perhaps we solve more than you think. Perhaps we simply don't advertise to the common kith how often Aora comes to the brink of destruction.
Details. I don't want to help you. There's a 700-foot tall problem that needs my attention. If I can find the time, I'll look into it. Wait, who's Mara?
A Huana wizard, and a member of the Circle of Archmagi.
She gives you a pained expression.
She has a predilection for tentacle magic.
Okay. Done doing errands for powerful people. Sounds great. When do we start?
As soon as you're able.
She frowns, her gaze turns to the horizon.
Maura's drive is frightening, foolhardy, and her love of the Deadfire uncompromising. If she's found some method of stopping Aothas, we must make sure she doesn't destroy Aora in an attempt to save her archipelago. I will await you in the Black Isles, a volcanic chain in the southeastern sea, due south of Tikawara.
So that's the other
Don't
DLC.
tarry over long, Watcher.
I'll get there when I get there. As she steps from the railing, her dragon sweeps beneath her, catching her up. The great reptile's wings dig into the air, and it rapidly recedes toward the horizon. She's seated steadily on its back. Smiling silently, handsome alien watches the dragon vanish into the distance. Gegard looks to you, ready to chart a course when you're our captain. There yet? Dun, dun, dun. This is supposed to be a big island. Where is it? It's full of fish. That fall for the trap. The waters of the Deadfire are as flat and translucent as a sheen of stained glass, and a steady wind guides the drow out along. The scent of a well-spiced stew rises from the below decks. Arena and Chitapek are perched on the gunwale, legs and fishing poles dangling over the water. Got myself a real prize the other day, Arena says. Slipped off my hook, though. I keep telling you to use a bigger one. Chitapek chuckles. Seems to recall that dark-eyed barkeeping queens were slipping off your hook, too. I'm sure Arena will land a real prize someday. She smirks and laughs. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Captain. Not if the fool doesn't invest in better tackle, is all I'm saying, Chitwick says. But Arena has stiffened. You see that? You look, a dark shape moves under the water. It's almost at the edge of the horizon, but it's rapidly approaching. Arena stands, one of Galloway's spawn. It's coming right at us. Right for us. Identify it. Yeah. Success. Aiden stares out at the shape. I think that's a barbed ravager. A barbed ravager, a gargantuan shark known for ramming ships and sinking them. Cast defensive wards on the ship. Ability, cast defensive wards. That would be Jody. Look, circle protection. With arms spread wide, Shody chants weaving defensive magic across the hull. The surfacing beast is about 30 feet of scales, spines, and sinew. It looks like an enormous shark, except for the wicked rows of spines running along its body. Each looks sharp enough to cleave a man in two, or puncture the hull of a ship. The beast rams you. The ship shudders, hurling Chitapek into the mast. The sailor slides to the deck, unmoving. That's not good. What happened to our shield? Fire all cannons, kill the beast. Throw a grenade at it. This isn't going to go well. Failure. We needed a 9. I only had a 7. It surfaces again, and the grenade sails wide of its gaping maw, only to hit the water with a disappointing plunk. The beast tears into the side of the ship. We're gonna die. Well, that's a lot of damage. Again, what happened to our shield? The deck pitches wildly, and with a terrified scream, Handsome Eliam spins off the deck and into the water. Man overboard, Handsome blah blah blah. Fill the sails with the summoned wind. Fire the cannons. I'm sure this will go well. Cannoneers unload a volley at the beast. Blood and smoke cloud the air, and the creature vanishes beneath the waves. After a tense, quiet moment, red froth rises in the roiling water. A mangled carcass surfaces like a nightmare before sinking slowly into the depths. Below, the cannoneers groan and sigh in relief. What did the other guy drown? Injured for 6 days. Okay. It was this close. Still don't see an island. It's a storm. I don't think this is the island. I don't think this is the island we're looking for. You traipse through a dark, cold bog. The water around you grows deeper the further you walk. The silt and muck slide beneath your boots. The path forward looks more treacherous than the path behind you, but you've already come this far. Continue through the bog. Hello, Sarago. And that's what we'll keep you around for. Success. You trudge forward. Deep pits of water and sucking mud cover the ground everywhere you look, but Ader expertly guides you through the muck. That was a 19 survival. Good thing we put his skills into survival, huh? Press on. The bog is still and silent. It smells of rank decay. Its stagnant waters host to many decades accumulation of dead plants and animals. A thick mist rolls across the water. Several hooded kith emerge silently from the fog. A herd of bog lurkers just behind them. A large and fish-face man at the head of the group draws his sword and points it at you. If you value your life, you will leave and never return. He peers hard into your face, almost daring you to challenge him. Why should I listen to you? I am the guardian of this place, and I will not allow you to profane it with your presence. So you come here often. I'm just passing through. Does that work? Should probably stop doing this diplomacy stuff at this point of the game because we're not even close to passing these. He says nothing more and does not lower his sword. Fine, we'll attack you since you started it. Diplomacy sucks. You're not welcome here. You are?
You did it wrong.
No, I didn't.
This is how you do it. Warg. Please excuse me. That was embarrassing. I meant to say, Jag.
Okay, so this one, AoE per kill, wow, it's a lot of health. Friendly AoE strong for 97 seconds. So every time we get a kill, we get healed. Works for me, right? Oh shit. Stay close together. These are some kith, so we get some more kills on a sword still. Mitch. Oh, why is our order messed up? Oh, that's the heat that we just picked up. Ringleader, that's for charming. Got a spell already. Shit, we're all gonna be messed up. Okay, Gimpy. Stat. Why do I have... Gold thing works. Later. There's... Soul's over here, not the Shodi. There's Soul. Gouge that one in the eyes. War companion. What's Aoth 8 are doing all the way back here still? Actually, don't charge. Leap.
Hello, Gimpy. It is time to take a break.
Soon.
Go check on the dogs.
Soon.
This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support or type !treats in chat, or you can watch the ads during the break. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Oh wow, Jody, her wide wind is getting her ass kicked. Why is she so close? She's not supposed to be this close. Can't use that on herself. So let's see, let's get down. So the charm didn't work. Soul. Your death has already been gouged. Gouge that one. Are you soul? Where soul is exactly. Yippee. So much damage you can do with that.
After him.
That worked. That heal not land for enough? Oh, Choda's injured. So actually, so is Gimpy. We need to take care of that after this fight. Heal her, please.
Let's go.
I can scarcely believe it.
Or there's Gimpy standing. There's some there's Gimpy right here. Did a little bit of damage. I like that claw.
After him!
Kill them all.
Yeah.
Yippee. Let's do some magic missiles on that one. Again. Why isn't everybody going there? What are you guys waiting for?
Let's go. Hey, watch it with that.
Win? It's kind of an ugly fight. Attack. Superb hide armor. Awesome loot. This late in the game.
Sure. Will do. Nope.
I mean, nope. Ring of greater regeneration. Oh, greater regeneration. That'll be a good one. So who wants a ring of greater regeneration? Again, why do my buttons not work? Some of them do, but others don't for whatever reason. Gippy's got a spot for a scroll. Boiling spray. Prayer of the Spirit, that's not your thing. So, ring of greater regeneration. So 3. He's got Gaunt's Pledge and area effect, so not for Gimpy. Yeah, when engaged, stacks. Yeah, that's a good one. Minor protection, fortitude stuff and stuff. Soul. You got the regular regeneration, right? I'll give him the 3. You got the area effect ring and minor protection ring. You've got area effect and regen. Okay. That'll work.
Wow, isn't this fancy?
Oh yeah, we have to rest too to get rid of some of those moves we've been carrying around for a while. Okay, so gonna take a break. Need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, and go talk to Mrs. Gimpy because she's finally home from her little appointments today. So I will be back in a few minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.